Oh, there we are. Oh my gosh. Hold on. There he is. Ah!
Yeah.
There we go.
Let me make sure I adjust.
Everybody get pretty. This is
Everybody
the
get
Type 5
pretty.
feedback hour. Let's make sure we all look pretty.
Yeah, I'm on a scruffalicious kind of look right there. You just said, forget it. I'm just doing a hat day.
Yeah, man, I've been on the road. I just got back like an hour ago.
Nice.
We out here grinding.
Road.
Which
road.
Someone at a show saw at the show I did. I just got back from Nashville, and someone after the show wanted to learn more about the podcast. So then he pulled up the YouTube, and it was last week's Type 5 feedback hour, and the thumbnail is both of us dabbing. And he was like, "Oh, wait, you were serious?" Because I have jokes about the dab, and he was like, "Oh, you were serious." So we may have gained and lost a subscriber all at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best.
But I think overall it's going to be good, because we're back here with our weekly feedback hour. So this is gonna be good. And if you're watching this for the first time, or you're watching this later, and you're like, what's happening? Every week we jump on YouTube and give you feedback on your jokes. So I'm comedian Joel Byers. That's Yoshi So.
Yeah, comedian, producer, all around funny guy.
Yeah. My man is he's not only a comedian and stand-up and improv for over 10 years. I've been doing stand-up over 10 years. We've both produced our own shows, booked our own tours. We out you. We're here to give you some credible and helpful feedback. I think a lot of the times when you go to open mics, there's comics who are like giving you advice where maybe they may not be the best source for advice. I think that's a big thing with getting any sort of advice is who's telling you the advice? What's the source?
That's so important.
And is that someone that you would like to be like? Are they doing jokes are they funny? Are they out there grinding like you are? Like all these things, you want to make sure the source is what you're going to become. So you want to make sure you're getting it from fertile sources. You dig?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was great. That was great feedback. Yeah. Yeah. But Yoshi and I love helping comics. That's why we do this. That's why we do this Type 5 Accelerator, where every month we help comics write a new 5-minute set in 4 weeks. So that's also linked in the description of this video if you'd like to join us for next month's. This month is we're already up and running now. We got week 2 tonight, which is very exciting.
In there.
Yeah. If you want more info on that, just click the link in the description of this video. And what we're going to do here is give y'all some feedback on your jokes. So post away. Looks like TTBB asked, he just watched our episode with Jerry Corley. He said, will you have him on again anytime soon? Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry is a friend of the pod. Is that how you say it?
Yes,
he friend is of the pod.
He's a hot brethren. Mm-hmm. Yep, so we'll definitely have Jerry back on. Yeah, we're all Jerry's good people.
Good peeps.
But everybody's out here.
Ouch. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at my hat. Yeah, I did just put a hat on.
Are you trying to starter cap your hat?
I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm getting focused for all these jokes we're about to get feedback on. But thanks for the compliment there. The Jerry Corley episode's a very popular one. People really do like that one.
Yeah.
So just to get the ball rolling, I think last week we did feedback on one of my jokes. Do you want to kick it off with one of yours, Yoshi?
Yeah. Uh,
Nope, no pressure.
well, I've got something.
Uh huh.
Yeah, a good one-liner. Um,
We'll see about that.
uh, yeah. Uh, I'm a little I'm a little confused about my privilege because I'm an immigrant. I didn't realize I can also be an asshole as an immigrant too. That's the joke. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So you're
It's still
confused. You're confused about your
my privilege.
privilege as an immigrant
Yeah,
because you can also be a butthole.
and yeah, because I because I can also be a butthole. Yes, it's got legs. It's the beginning of just a through line about being privileged and being an a hole about the privilege, but not realizing that I'm also an immigrant and you're not allowed to be an a hole as an immigrant.
So the privilege, so the misdirect you're trying to do is around privilege.
Yes.
So I'm confused about the privilege of being an immigrant because I'm also a butthole.
Yeah. See, look at
Oh, we edited to be clean right there.
that.
Yeah.
We edited to be clean.
Yeah, I guess I would just want to know how you're a butthole.
Yeah, that's the part I need to explore. Um,
Yeah, I think there's definitely a
yeah,
different word there.
yeah,
But I mean, yeah, I see what you're trying to misdirect, but it's just like going a little deeper with it.
for sure.
Or confused, or I'm offended. Maybe it's I'm offended. Something about like I'm offended that people think as an immigrant I have privilege, or I'm a privileged
Yeah,
immigrant because I'm also a butthole, or something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because maybe it's not I'm confused. Maybe it's I'm offended, or I'm excited, or I'm intrigued. Those little adjustments in joke writing can help.
yeah. I like that. I like the offended part because that gives me some emotional elements to it,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then being specific around the privileged immigrant part, I think is important. Um, I mean, and
I'm
maybe
offended that people call me an offend. I'm offended that people call me a privileged immigrant because I'm also a
a
butthole.
butt. Yeah, I like that.
And now you're ending on the punch word also,
Sure.
a
Yeah, people
butthole.
think.
Or
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna say he's gonna say the word
No, I like butthole. I
bah.
gotta, I gotta have. I do a lot of clean sets, so for sure
Mm-hmm.
I can keep butthole. I like butthole.
Oh, and thank you. Austin said that hat looks soft as silk. Thank you. This is my corduroy hat. My
Corduroy.
corduroy. And then Jokes on Lee said, "Here's my joke," and then they never posted one. So what we're doing here, peeps, is giving you feedback on your jokes, your premises,
They did.
whatever you're working on. Post one in the comments here. Put joke in front of it, so we know it's a joke and not just like a comment. And feel free to share feedback on each other's jokes in the comments as well. We're all about comics helping comics here, so please. Oh, Robert was just asking as I was describing it. Perfect. So yeah, Robert, all you gotta do just post a joke in the comments, and Yoshi and I will give you feedback, and maybe some fellow friends in the comments will also share some feedback as well. And we're here to just get better together for the next little while. So looks like the first one we have up here,
Is it jokes
jokes
on?
on Lee. You see these?
I can see them. Just know that it's got some words in it. Just
It's
so you might have to. You might
well
have to
maybe
Google the a hole.
I was just thinking maybe it's like you read the dirty jokes and I read the clean jokes. Which
Because you have your mom watching.
yeah, of course, of course. That's how we have viewers when she shares it in her Facebook community. Yeah.
Sorry, mom. Um, uh,
So let's
yeah,
see.
we can clean this up.
Yeah, yeah. You were you gonna read it or was I?
Yeah, I'll read it. I'll read it.
Cool. All right, here we
Jokes on
go.
Lee's joke is I'm working on a superhero comic book called the Super Sea Blocker, based off my girlfriend. She saves her man from villainous vagina and STDs.
I think it's clever in terms of just wordplay and like a
It is
funny situation, you know.
for sure. Yeah, but it feels more like a fact-based thing,
Yes.
given the fact that, uh, like you're saying the same thing with the word super C blocker and saves the person from villainous vagina and STDs, right? So there's not a huge misdirect in terms of this. There's not a surprise element with the statement.
Yep.
So I do like that it's personal. I do like just the analogy joke structure, which I think is very good and
Hmm.
very common in today's joke structure world. Uh, but I mean, I even like the villainous vagina and STD line. Those are just fun things to say. But it's not like a huge surprise.
Setup punch structure, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think just for word economy, I think it can be reworded to like I'm working on a superhero comic book based on my girlfriend called the Super Blocker.
yeah. And I actually think I'm working on a superhero comic based on my girlfriend who saves her man from villainous vagina and STDs called Super C Blocker.
Oh yeah, and the Super C Blocker is
Yes.
the
Punchline.
that's the punchline. Yeah, yeah. A big part of joke structure in your setup punchline structure is ending on the punch word, which is kind of funny because us working on your joke first in
Yeah.
here, that's the edit we made was to put the punch word at the very end of the phrase of the joke.
Yeah, for sure. And I actually think even the Super C Blocker, uh, I'm actually wondering, like, if you're saving someone from villainous vagina and STDs, that feels like you're more like the Trojan man. You know what I mean? Or
Mm.
like maybe you're just Trojan or something of that nature. Something maybe like Super Trojan man or something like that.
Or
There's
maybe it's based on like a real superhero, like Catwoman or Wonder Woman or, you know, Batman. I mean, you know, I think there's wordplay within like a popular superhero too, maybe.
when you say Catwoman, I was thinking if I read the joke, I'm working on a superhero comic book based on my girlfriend who saves people from villainous vagina and STDs called Cockwoman.
Ah, uh huh. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
We made it
yeah.
all the way going C blocker, and then
Because
you're like, all
Cockwoman
right,
just sounds
forget it.
funny.
Oh, but Jokes on Lee said dope advice. Thanks.
Absolutely.
I'm with it.
Absolutely.
Very
Yeah, it's not
nice.
bad. It's not bad.
I think just
I don't
honestly,
hate it.
just reorganizing it really made it into that joke structure. So
And
nice job.
putting the strong word at the end.
Yeah, for sure. Getting that setup punch. Nice. All right, we're cooking now, baby. So
We cooking now.
So if you're just jumping in here, my friends, what we're doing here in this Ti-Fi feedback hour is giving you feedback on your jokes, giving or your premises. You know, we're both comedians of over 10 years who love helping comics, and this is our weekly show to do that. So please post in the comments your joke, and as you can see, people are putting joke in front of it, so we know to read it as a joke, and it's not just feedback others are sharing or whatnot. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. You want me to read it or you got it?
I'll read this one. This one's from Lucas. Lucas Hammeister. I hope I'm saying that right. Lucas, I'm
Probably
sorry.
not. That's
Probably
okay.
not. Lucas Hammister. No, Hammeister. It's Meister.
You trying to do your E's before I,
I
except
was
after
trying to
C.
do my liberal arts. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, nice. And Jokes on Lee said I'm doing an open mic in an hour. So
Nice.
thanks, guys. This is super fun. Very nice. Well, good luck, Jokes on Lee.
For sure.
And Lucas Hammeister. I'm going with Hammeister. Let us know in the comments, Lucas, which one.
That's what we're going with.
And we'll do the joke in the meantime. So Lucas said, I saw the sweetest thing the other day. So sweet, it gave me diabetes. It was an old man walking a puppy. And then I had a terrible thought. Either that man is wildly optimistic about his life expectancy, or, oh, and then I didn't see the rest of it. I wonder if it got blocked. Sometimes YouTube will know. But in the positive side, Lucas said that's the closest he's ever heard his name pronounced right.
Yay.
Hammeister. He said it's Hammeister. So, see, we out here now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
but I don't see the second half of your joke there, Lucas. But I will say, just based on the setup there, that, like, so sweet it gave me diabetes feels like the punchline. So whatever you're seeing, I think it could be this happened. It was so sweet it gave me diabetes, or cryobetes because it was so like emotionally moving. Could be some wordplay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus also you're using sweet more than one time. So I feel like maybe you can use a different analogy for sweet, or a different synonym. Is that what they call it? A synonym?
Synonym.
Uh,
Synonym.
synonym.
It's like when you grow up in the wrong crowd. It's a bunch of middle schoolers full of sin. It's like, well, where was Jywel? Well, he was out there with sinning them.
I
He
feel
was
like
sinning them.
You got personal experience on this one.
I at Sparkle Skating Rink. That's right. We got lit. My mom never let me go because, for good reason.
They were sinning. It was
A
sinning.
lot
in
of
them.
sinning. Yeah. Sinning them, feeling them is what was going on there. There was no super C blocker skating around that rink. I'll say that. Anyway, look at us. See, we're
There's a lot
cooking.
of
We're
Trojan
cooking.
in them.
Oh, he said he liked cryobetes. B being the dog, or B being the dog. Yes, I don't. Yeah, I think that feedback helped him. What do you think, there, Yoshi?
Yeah, I think you got to tell the story first, how to, and then you almost have to say, "I thought it was the sweetest thing," in reference to what you saw, because like it's setting up that I saw the sweetest thing, and then we see what you saw. So you gotta flip it. Tell us what you saw, and then how you reacted to it.
Set up punch, my friends.
Set up
Structure.
punch.
Set up punch. Set up the audience to think in one direction, and then the punchline surprises them with a different direction.
So maybe like I saw an old man walking a puppy the other day. It was the sweetest thing. It gave me cryobetes.
Yeah. So sweet. Yeah, so sweet. I got cryobetes or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was very emotional. And it made me emotional. Or it was the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking in circles. I'm having a diabetic shock here. I think he got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Perfect.
Good stuff, Lucas.
Yeah, thanks, Lucas.
Hammeister.
Hammeister. See, we got it. Right name. Nick's the Fool. Having anxiety is like being a werewolf the day before a full moon, all wide-eyed, worried, gonna have to tie myself up in the woods later.
Why do you react like that? I need to stop looking at your face when you read it.
I'm just having fun. We're just having fun, Nick. I think this is Axel, who's in our Facebook group. So I know Axel. Axel's a silly goose. Um, having anxiety is like a werewolf the day before a full moon. I mean, I like the analogy. Like you're setting up an analogy here.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't pay off in terms of like the analogy. It seems like one all wide-eyed. You're setting us up for a power of threes here. It feels like,
Yeah.
So it could be I'm wide-eyed, howling, and blank.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why, but like it seems like you're trying to use a power of the W's, like wide-eyed, worried, and
Mm.
maybe I don't know. Maybe I got a stiff wood later. I don't know, but something W maybe is there.
Wait. Ooh, Mr. So.
Or an anxious wood later, whatever kind of wood it is. But I feel like maybe that's where you were going. But there's something I don't know. I like. I mean, what are those called when you have
Analogy?
no kind of like allegory where you're matching
Alliteration?
a little.
WWW?
Yeah,
Alliteration? Consonants, if you will, if it has the same consonant sound.
yeah.
Or assonance, if it's the same vowel sound. I'm just flexing my
What it
liberal
is?
arts now. But
Wow, that's a big old flex. Was that an English degree? That's a
assonance.
big assonance. I never heard of that. I've heard of abstinence, but not assonance.
Yeah. But a lot of the times when we can be more clever than clear. So a lot of the times we're like, oh, I want alliteration here just to
Yeah,
flex our writing when just something way more simple and straightforward will actually hit the audience harder.
yeah. Maybe wide-eyed, worried, and wooded. I don't know, but something with the W actually I think would be funny, but it's got to be more of a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in a
Uh,
power of threes, you're like setting up two normal examples and then a third absurd example. So
yeah.
super surprising. So um, I think we got a two, and it's Mario. It's not Axel, by the way. He said it's Mario. I'm sorry about that, Mario. Um, but I recognize the name, so I just knew Mario's been here several times. So yeah, power of threes there, and a great way to write a joke about an analogy of like having anxiety is like being a werewolf the day before a full moon. A great exercise is to use a Venn diagram and just create a column about werewolves on a full moon, and then anxiety, and then in the middle column, like do all the parallels between the two. Like a Venn diagram is like that circle thing you did in school, where it's like A, B, and then the middle is the parallels A, B. So I don't know. Did that make sense? Did that make sense to people? Just when you have a joke that's based on an analogy, Venn
Yeah,
diagram is like the go-to for like
for
finding
sure.
the parallels.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the key to this joke is really find a parallel, but also when you're setting up a power of threes, the third one has to be either a third absurd or extreme from the first two. So wide-eyed and worried, and then tying yourself up in the woods. Off, I think that's what you were going for in terms of like the tie yourself up in the woods is a surprise, but it's not a big enough surprise for it to hit in terms of like, okay, how you mean that, and that's where the analogy part would work or the Venn diagram part would work to help
Mm-hmm.
you find that third absurd. I'm trying to do the Venn diagram in my head in terms of like what kind of assumption would I make about like a werewolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I think of is like and like I'm gonna have to shave later or something like that. Maybe like shaving is something that I wouldn't think werewolves would do because they're hairy. So now that would be a surprise.
Yeah, and I am um overwhelmed with the dearth of image results for a Venn diagram.
The dearth.
The dearth. I know we're really flexing on them today. Yosh. We're really flexing on them today.
These SAT words.
So here we go. So here you go, everyone. Here's an example of a Venn diagram just for the sake. Maybe because I use DuckDuckGo as well. So maybe that's
You try not You don't want anybody seeing your searches.
because the government cares, right? Yeah. But yeah, so here's an example of like a Venn diagram where you see it's A, B, and then that middle section is like where they overlap. It's a basic example of a Venn
For
diagram
sure.
there. There we go. So I hope that helps all of y'all maybe visualize it a little bit more. Nice. All right. Well, thank you, Mario. Very nice. And let's keep it moving here. You ready for the next?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm trying to see what the next one is.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and Mario said he will use the circles. Very cool. So I think Robert, did we read Roberts? Did you see Roberts?
Um,
Looks like he has a two-parter here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Robert, I can read it. I see it right here. I will say on personal experience, for those of you who are watching this and like, I want to post one, or I don't know if I have one to post, or you have a joke you want to post, but you're like, oh, it breaks it up into 3 parts. That's probably going to be too long. I think we've been doing this for a few months now. And when people post several paragraphs that is a single joke, there's a lot of word economy that needs to be worked out there. So I would challenge anyone who is trying to post a joke for feedback. If it's coming up in more than one paragraph, edit it. Edit it on the fly here as you're typing it. So you're like, all right, how can I get to the point of this joke faster? Now, that being said, Roberts is in 2 parts. Oh, no, it's in 3 parts. Oh, boy. All right. We're gonna test it. Here we go, Robert. But Robert's new. He showed up today and asked how it works. And look, now he's posting. So that's what matters. So thanks for hanging out, Robert. All right, let's see Robert's joke here. My wife always thinks I love the car more than her. I FaceTimed her yesterday and she said, "Don't get mad. I just got T-boned. I wanted to ask about the car, but I asked about her first. She said her back hurt and she'll be so sore tomorrow. I then asked about the car and she got mad, maybe because she was reading this joke. She yelled and yelled. Can I ask one more question? Why is this joke so long? No, that's not what she said. She said it better not be about the car. I said it's not. Who's that big black dude in the background sitting at the table? She said, oh, that's T-Bone.
it took such a long way to get there.
Woo! Oh, I need a water break after that.
Yeah,
All
definitely
right.
some word economy, but I like the joke.
So the joke is there. Yeah. The joke is there, Robert. So actually, kudos. You wrote the joke. Now it comes down to just getting it structured into setup punch. So when you're trying to edit a joke, it's like, okay, what am I trying to say in this joke? What is the premise of this joke? And your joke is she got T-boned. The misdirect is T-Bone is the name of a dude. So we just need to tighten all that up. All this extra talking. She yelled and yelled. Her back hurt and all of this. All of that is implied in she got T-boned.
For sure. Yeah. I think if you simplified it, my wife got into an accident. She said she got T-boned. I'm trying to think. She got mad that I asked about the car. What else? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, because she was hurt. She yelled and yelled, and then he asked another question. Yeah, it'll definitely take a little tinkering on the wording of it.
Yeah.
But basically when we think about a setup punch, the setup of the joke is, oh, we're assuming based on the setup of her getting T-boned, oh, she got in a car wreck. She must have been sideswiped. Maybe someone was texting and driving. Maybe she got injured or someone else got injured. And then a misdirect based on T-boned. You could go a few ways, like T-bone steak. T-bone is the name of a person. So now we just need to figure out how to end the joke where T-bone is is a person and not like an actual car wreck, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's there.
The joke is there. Now it comes down to the wording, though. I'd be interested to hear if anyone else has an opinion on maybe how the setup punch could be. Oh, and Robert said, thanks for the advice. He said, worth it? Reading all that? Reading all three? Totally worth it, Robert. Totally worth it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was the only way I was going to be satisfied with that joke. Is that punchline? It better be good.
Yeah, it did pay off. Yeah. Now we just need to tighten it up. But I will say, for the sake of tightening this joke up, I mean, it doesn't sing to me anyway in terms of, oh, my wife got T-boned by a guy named T-Bone. You know, it's like, well, that's probably not true. It's like, I'm always looking for like, okay, what's a joke that I can write that no one else could say?
For sure.
You know, so with this one, it's like it's kind of like just more of a silly T-bone wordplay misdirect, which is fine. But I think for when we're talking about helping comics get booked and things like that, you know, bookers are looking for, and this is something we've learned from personal experience. And then, you know, in the Type 5 Accelerator we bring in like well-known bookers to actually give feedback on comic sets as well. And that's a common thing that those bookers have said is, you know, we're looking for who's unique. You know, what are we learning about this person? How much are we getting to know this person? So this is a joke where we're not really learning anything more than really that you're married and that you guys may or may not have communication issues. So I'd be more interested to hear more about that than kind of a silly, just kind of misdirect around T-bone, you know?
Yeah. All right, you want to read a joke that's going to get us canceled, maybe?
Oh no, I definitely don't want to do that. I won't even say C blocker. You think I'm going to read it? So I don't want to do that.
All right.
Are you talking about Oz's joke?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a wordplay joke, basically.
Yes.
Could
use some word economy for sure.
But, I mean, scare...
That has nothing to do with that. The joke doesn't.
I think he just thought of that. I think he just thought of the phrase Gestapo and was like, ooh, how can I use this?
True.
I feel like he thought of the word. He's like, oh, that's clever. But how can I put it into a joke? But it doesn't really sing to me. I would like to maybe hear a personal example. If you're scared, I thought it would be like a big jacked dude, you know, or something like that. I thought that would be like more the misdirect. Then it's because they can like cancel anyone they want, you know?
Yeah. I love how we're talking about a joke, but we're not talking about the joke.
But we're not talking about the joke. All right. Thanks for posting, Oz.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, we're not learning anything about Oz through this. So Oz, you know, what is your personal experience with this topic? You know, what's a personal experience you've had where this happened, where you were scared, or what would you be canceled for? If you're worried about all of this power of being able to cancel people, then what have you done that would be canceled? You know what I mean? Or is the misdirect around they're going to cancel your favorite TV show or something? So it's like a misdirect, not cancel someone socially, but canceling the television show or whatnot, but right now it's just kind of a more of a observational phrase than like a setup punch that's personal to
Yeah.
Oz.
It feels like a Twitter joke. It feels like just a, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to throw that bad boy up on Twitter just to see
Yeah.
people react to it.
Oh, and he said he wrote it much bigger, but trimmed the fat down. Okay,
Mm, mm.
nice. Now we'll work on trimming it into being a funny joke. I'm sorry.
I feel like you haven't had. You're missing your sugar today.
Nah, we good, Shouty. Nah, we good. Oz hangs out with us a lot throughout the. We do this every week, and he hangs out with us a lot, so I know Oz can handle it. I only
Sure.
roast the ones that I know
The
are
one-
here and that can handle it. So it's all love, Oz. It's all love. Um, but yeah, let's. I'm a little off. I did drink a lot of caffeine today because I drove most of today. So I
Mm,
need to do something while I'm
it's
driving.
caffeine.
And it's either I'm eating everything or I just need to be high on stimulants. You know what I mean? Like I can't just be. I have to be something has to be off.
For sure.
So it should be a good Type 5 accelerator today.
Oh,
Which
yeah, it's
we're about to have to jump into here. But
Somebody said we're roasting Oz big time.
ah,
It's out of love, Oz. It's out of love.
it is out of love for shizzle. Welcome
All
to
right.
Comedy Central. Oh, that's what Jake said. Welcome to the Comedy Central Roast of Osmores. Hilarious. Oh, that's
All right.
great. So yeah, maybe
think-
one, maybe we could squeeze in two more.
Let's try two more. Garrett Does Stand Up has something.
Okay.
Growing up, my brother used to wet the bed. Not a big deal, except we shared bunk beds. I'll let you guess who had the bottom bunk. No 9-year-old should be waterboarded by their own bed sheets.
Oh, that's fun.
I like the visual, and it's
Uh-huh.
very personal. And I like, I mean, I like it. I think it's definitely got some legs to it for sure. But
Yeah, this
I
is
like.
this is maybe the most personal one of the show today as well. We're learning up. He has a brother, bedwetter. Like
Yeah.
we're learning a lot. They shared bunk beds, so that's saying a lot about the family dynamic, maybe the economic status of the family. Like there's a
Mhm.
lot going on there.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of good information about Garrett.
Yeah, I think what you can do is definitely like the sentence, two sentences in the middle, not a big deal, except we share bunk beds, and I'll let you guess who had the bottom bunk. We could probably shorten that. It's not a big deal, except we shared bunk beds, and I had the bottom bunk. No 9-year-old should be waterboarded by their own bed sheets. Now you're condensing it even more. But yeah,
Mhm.
I like it. It's all there. It's all there. It is
Yeah.
all there.
Yeah, I think we just want to
Yeah, just as
Just
we say, tight.
condensing it down. And even
Mhm.
like when we talk about word economy, it could even be just simple rephrasing of things, kind of like how we did with the other joke about because we rephrased another one that I thought was a good example. Maybe it was the car wreck joke.
Oh, the first one, I think that we changed it from the example.
Oh, based off my girlfriend. Yeah. So it was I'm
Yeah.
working on a superhero comic book called The Super C Blocker based off my girlfriend. Rephrasing it to I'm working on a superhero comic book about my girlfriend. Like just moving things around can make all the difference in your jokes. Because
Yeah.
remember the structure, setup, punch. So you want to structure to where it's leading to a setup that the punchline is then misdirecting.
Yeah,
So-
and even like in this joke, like my brother used to wet the bed is enough where we don't need the context of growing up.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just say my brother used to wet the bed, not a big deal. You know what I mean? Say like, yeah, there's just like sometimes you don't have to have all that fluff to get to the meat of the joke.
Mm-hmm. And even like when I was 9, my brother used to wet the bed. So instead
Yeah.
of no 9-year-old should be waterboarded, when I was
Mhm.
9, my brother used to wet the bed. Not a big deal, except we shared bunk beds. I'll let you guess who had the bottom bunk. Like, you don't even really need, I'll let you guess who had the bottom bunk. I think the misdirect you're setting up here is maybe you were on the bottom bunk.
Yeah. I mean,
You
and
know?
when you say no one should be waterboarded by their own bed sheets, I should have fought for the top bunk. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe switch that up because the bottom bunk, obviously, that's why you got waterboarded. So yeah, it's all there though. It's solid.
Yeah,
I
man.
like it.
When I was 9, my brother used to wet the bed. I learned that by being on the or after that, I claimed the top bunk or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Or maybe it's when I was 9, I learned that my brother wets the bed. That's the last time I was on the bottom bunk, or that's the last time I claimed the bottom bunk.
yeah.
Because
I'm not
it's
getting waterboarded again.
Yeah, and then like the tag,
Yeah,
maybe a tag there could be that like the waterboarding line, So now you have
yeah,
two punches where there was just one. But you see, we were working towards the misdirect really being around you being on the bottom bunk. So we were
yeah,
trying to end the joke on that.
for sure. I even like the thought of like ever been urine boarded by your own bed sheets. Like just switching the water to urine is even funnier.
Yeah, urine's a funny word.
Yeah, it is. Ever been pee boarded? Pee boarded.
Wooder boarded.
Water,
Wooder,
water
wooder,
boarded.
wooder. Nice though. Very nice there,
That's
Garrett.
solid.
Very nice. Yeah. Oh, he said thanks for the feedback. Yeah. Yeah, we do this every week, and every week we also do our Tight 5 Accelerator, where every month we're helping comics write a tight 5-minute set in just 4 weeks, helping them with joke structure, helping them organize a set that's going to help them get booked in the future. So if you want to join us for next month's session, you want to save one of the spots we have left, just go into the description of this video, click Join the Tight 5 Accelerator, and save your spot. But we're about to have to jump off and go do the week 2 of October here, Yoshi.
Yay, yay.
So I think we need to land this plane.
You want to land it, or you want to go one more joke and land it? Which
I
one?
mean, it's fine. You don't want to end on Garrett's. It was a good one. This is on you. If we do one more,
Let's do one more. Let's
this
do
is
one
on
more.
you.
All right.
All right, man. All right. All right, everyone watching. If this goes south, this is on Yoshi. All right,
All
this is
right.
on Yoshi.
Okay. All right. This
Those
is
of you in the Type 5 Accelerator, just know I wanted to come see you early, but Yoshi's like, no, let's squeeze one more in here.
one more, just one more.
So here we go.
All right. Abhinav Varma. Joke. My mom's text message says, "Son, when will you get married?" Son, why do you text me even when we're in the same house? Mom, just checking the Wi-Fi. Okay, that's funny, but it feels more like a Twitter thing because it's hard to see like the responses of like what you're saying. So it's more something that you have to visually see versus something that you can say on a stage. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also a big thing is like when you're writing jokes, make sure you think about them as you're talking and having a conversation with an audience. An audience can't see a text message kind of like joke structure, even though the joke is there. So I think you can reword this to be something conversational, but the joke is there. I like it.
I love you trying to save this.
I know it. I know it.
You're like, I did it to myself. I got to save it.
Yeah. What
But
do you think?
Abhinav shows up to a lot of these, so it's good to see you again, my friend. Oh, nice. Thanks for the input and the roasts, says Oz. Hilarious. But yeah, I think just for the sake of the actual joke structure, yeah, picture you saying this on stage. How would you say this? You would almost need to say like, my mom doesn't know how to text me, or my mom has poor text etiquette. I was like, Mom, I'm right next to you. Or, you know, the misdirect could be while you're driving me to school, or, you know, so the misdirect is we're in the same house. So you're starting to get the joke there, but there may be other, you know, ways. Maybe she's driving you to school. Maybe you're on an airplane together, or the home may just be one example of where you could be where she's texting you. But I mean, for the sake of this one, yeah, I think just making it,
Conversational.
yeah, and setting up the like the premise, basically like my mom is bad at texting, or my mom and I need to work on our communication, or technology is ruining my family. Just an establishing statement, and then giving an example. Like the last time my mom texted, or the last time I texted my mom, she just tapped me on the shoulder to reply, or see what we're tinkering with there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I don't, I don't hate it.
Well, yeah, you're obligated to not, based on us.
Ooh, I've been
No, I don't hate it either though. Yeah, just make it conversational and we're there.
for sure.
Oh, and MD said, what time every week? Oh, we're here every week at 5 p.m. Eastern time doing this Type 5 feedback hour. And then the Type 5 Accelerator meets every week from 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Which I pinned in the live chat as well, a link to that. And it's also in the description. But I think we gotta land this plane. We got to get to it.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I love Lucas's message. Dude, getting up is half the battle in comedy and in life. Very true. Smart facts.
All facts, shouty. But in the meantime, in between time, I think it's time we land this plane, my friend. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, Hot Breathiverse. We'll see you next week.
Want to see middle-aged people doing the dab. Come back.
Nah, I'm not middle-aged. You're middle-aged. Don't group me into that group.
If you want to see people denying that they're middle-aged, come back.
We're here every week giving you joke feedback, my friends. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.